Hello student, we will discuss the concluding stanza of the poem She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. And in the beginning, in the two stanzas, the poet has discussed the beauty of her cousin Anne Wilmot. So he says that she is perfectly beautiful and she is the emblem of beauty, idol of beauty, and he compared her beauty. He compared his beautiful cousin with the night sky studded with the stars, and then he describes the beauty of her eyes, the beauty of her complexion, how perfect his complexion is and how black her hairs are. All he describes the beauty at perfection, and he says that it is useless to say that there would have been one shade the more or one ray the less, because if it would have if it been so, it would have diminished her incredible grace. So he says that her beauty is perfect, and a divine charm rules over her face, and she is not only beautiful by appearance, but in her mind she possesses good and pious ideas. So she is mentally also beautiful mentally. And in the concluding stanza he says, and on that cheek and over that eyebrow, cheek means you all know gal, so soft, so calm yet eloquent. So soft, so calm yet eloquent, talkative. So here poet is implying a oxymoron, because at one hand he is saying, when the two opposite ideas are put together by the poet in a poem or in a line, it is called oxymoron. So poet is making use of oxymoron because at one place he is saying that her brows are soft and calm, yet eloquent, yet talkative. They are calm yet talkative. So here he is implying oxymoron. That smiles that win, the tint that glow. Tint means the color of skin, complexion. But tell of days in goodness spent. In goodness spent, the days spent doing good works or good deeds or noble deeds. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. So, poet in this concluding stanza, he is glorifying again the beauty of that woman, and he also proclaimed that she has a good mind, good thoughts, good ideas, and a very innocent heart within herself. So he says, and on that cheek and over that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent. He says that her cheeks are soft, tender, and beautiful, and she has a smiling face. Her glittering face and sweet smile fascinates the eyes of every man, and people are attracted towards her because of her features reveal the virtues of noble heart and good qualities of her character. And so soft, so calm, yet eloquent. The smile that win, the tint that glow. Her smile can win hearts of many people at a time, and tints that glow. And her skin is shining every time. She is so beautiful that people get attracted towards her very easily. But tell of days in goodness spent, and her smile and her appearance, her beauty of her face and her smile can win the hearts of people at a very glance. And it also tells that her expressions, her face tells that she has spent her days in noble deeds. She is not wasting her time, or she is not wasting her talent. She is always occupied in doing noble deeds in her life. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. The poet says that she has a peaceful mind. It appears that she never gets angry. She has a very peaceful mind. She has pious and good thoughts in her mind every moment. A heart whose love is innocent, and she has a very pure heart, and she loves every creature. She is so innocent. Her heart is so pure and innocent that she finds love every in everything around her. So the poet says that the purity of her heart and nobility of her character are all reflected in the sweetness of her face, and her face is a symbol of good moral ideas and pure heart, and she has a deep sympathy for animate and inanimate things which are pure and harmless. So she has a peaceful mind and a loving heart. So in this concluding stanza, the poet is describing not only the physical beauty, the complexion of her face, the smile that can win every heart. He is describing not only these physical qualities, but he is also focusing on the inner qualities of Anne Wilmot, that she is so beautiful, still she is not proud, and she has a very innocent heart, and she has sympathy for everything around her, for every animate and inanimate thing, and she loves everyone. She has that innocent heart with which she loves everything, and she has very noble she has done noble deeds. She spent her days in doing noble deeds, and she has a very peaceful mind. So she is not only physically beautiful, but she has that inner qualities and virtues, and she is spiritually, and she is beautiful by inner self also. So in this poem, the poet has described the perfect beauty, or the perfectness of the beauty, by describing the beauty of his cousin. So I will share the PDF notes, the critical appreciation of the poem with you on your WhatsApp group. Thank you.